Thank you for joining me and a warm welcome to today's talk. My name is Damon Bramich and with me is Sifu Matt Stampe as we take a journey through the history and training methods of Yang style Tai Chi and Taoist exercises. I hope you enjoy the discussion on the topic today, and please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and you're most welcome to leave your comments below. Thank you. Enjoy.
So I found some articles. I saw the title of it. It said scientific training of Tai Chi or something like that. And it happened to be by that guy, Guo Anfeng, who remember I told you I did his seminar. He came here to Northern Virginia. He was
Is that
a
the
neighbor.
article?
I just sent you the article. And it happened to be that guy. I looked at the title, I was like, oh, science. Okay, let's see what this says. And it happened to be that guy who lived up the street from like Fu Zhong Wen and apparently trained with Fu Zhong Wen and Fu Shenwan for like 10 years as a neighbor. And the article was pretty good. Everything, a lot of things he said is like exactly how you teach physics and biomechanics. He just went straight into that. And so if you read the article, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the exact same things you've been telling me all along. So I hope that's some consistency with the Fu Zhong Wen and Fu Zhong Wen's teaching is that they're being consistent like that because it seems to be that Fu Shenwan and they were very scientific about their approach. Um, he said some interesting things in regards to the uh the reason why he's teaching like that was because of the remember the telephone game where you tell someone something and then they have to tell something to someone else and then he
Chinese
says
Whispers.
yeah he said that's why there's so many yang style tai chis.
Yes.
It's because of it's the same thing, plus when you get translations involved it makes it even worse. So he's just basically talks about you know you have to test each posture and look at the hand and foot placement, the body alignment, um, test the techniques using physics and biomechanics. And another interesting thing he said was the pictures.
Hmm.
There's no lessons on what's going on in between those pictures, like those transition movements. And that was a big problem with me, and what you're correcting me on is all the little details in the transition movements. He says um, there's an incredible amount of subtle internal movements that are not easily discerned. And and that was in regards to the movements between the postures and the ending postures in the pictures.
Right. I think what we see is the Chen style education shows a lot more of that
Mm-hmm.
in their system.
And that's exactly what you just did when you were showing me the raise hands and the play the peapod. You just said it yourself. Shoulder elbow, roll back. All these other things are going on, and you have to have that teacher to point that out because you're not going to get that from pictures and videos and stuff.
No. And this is a really important aspect because, as you said, the pictures that depict the standardization of the style do not have a complete or accurate demonstration of what the method is. And the method is not the end point of the postures. It is what happens in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some 950 to 1,000 moves. It just depends on that little bit of change of focus or which method you're using, because some of the movements have multiple application methods. So you change your method to build your weakest link. I.e., if I do cloud hands and I don't have elbow in my method, I will remove the shoulder and emphasize the elbow. So that means my cloud hands will be more horizontal, not coming from shoulder, elbow, and then palm. It means that I will go elbow, palm, till I get my mind to move through the kinetic chain in a way that I can maintain continuous connection. And this is really, really important because this can only be achieved if you have an open qua, you're sitting and you have the movement in the waist. So if I move away from circling, the big circles of the arms, and I move to the movement of the waist, it looks like I'm doing an elliptical shape circle, but it's not. The other thing that I think when we look at the old literature, the ones that have the line drawings of Yang Chen have little circles near the wrist. It's actually rotations of the wrist. It's not circles. And there's a huge misinterpretation, again, because a lot of people use these pictures to develop their Tai Chi without having classical oral instruction. And that's how, you know, the system is lost very, very quickly. And if you've played that game, Chinese Whispers, you know, sometimes by the second or the third interpretation, you're 50% away from what the original thing was said to you. Now, when it comes to human movement, we have another issue, is that we move within a habit range. So muscular memory is what some people refer to. So we use muscular memory to do most movements, conscious or unconscious, till we override that mechanism with mindfulness and conscious mind. And that then would relate all the way back to the Tai Chi. If you're not trained repeatedly, again, to smooth out all those imperfections of your habitual history of movement. So as Sifu would say, you need to make your movement a habit, but it needs to be mindful on top of that. And then you have all those other things that we've talked about numerous times, the Yang Chen Pu's 10 points, open qua, turning waist, sitting at the back, blah, 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 blah. You know, being solid and empty. So there's some really, really good points. And
thank you. We'll leave the discussion here for today. I hope everyone has enjoyed it, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments below. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Enjoy. Bye for now.